Alright guys, so I just needed the the proper exit of my I'm still talking like this. The proper exit from my Rings of Power, because of course it's not Lord of the Rings, it's only Rings of Power. I needed I almost said foreclosure. It should foreclosure, but I needed some time to just a video to have a finale review. And my god, this shit goes so deep. They were they everything they had. If you told me, okay, we have these new characters, the these new reveals, and these new arcs, and these new plots, I would have said you're fucking insane. It's fucking dumb. But I would have said, okay, well, let's try to move something with it. And that's why I want to say. So I'm an aspiring writer myself. So I like to think what the potential could have been for this series. So let's start with the big fish, Galadriel. I know everybody likes to say Galadriel. I'll say Galadriel. And I know in the books she's 6'4" and or 6'7", and she's really really epic, and they tried their best. No, what I they tried their worst. But I mean, as I said before, I don't hate Morphed Clark as much as the other maybe some critics online. I think she was very very well cast because I think, of course, because let's face it, guys, you won't find a 6 foot plus actress who can do the job. It just won't happen. So what you do is that you use her differently. You use her for what she can appear, for how she can appear, um, more epic in nature, by her presence, by her decisions, by her movements, by her speech, by her etc. etc. You do all of this, but that's the problem. It's that they cast Morphe Clark and they forgot to do everything else. Because giving Morphe Clark, first of all, if you're gonna put her in an armor, in an epic armor, um, where's her helmet? You know, the thing that protects your head. I know it's the trope of fantasy that heroes don't need helmets because we have to see their glorious, beautiful faces, but it's fucking stupid. So Galadriel, what she should have done, what her arc should have been. She should have been. I liked the beginning, the quest of avenging her brother, because if you have given me more of the war that we see in all the trailers, we see Galadriel's brother yelling like a child. I don't know why he's yelling like that, but and he's fighting orcs and it's all rainy and it just Elms Deep copy bullshit. But I mean, if you gave me more, if you started, like I've always said, start with the prologue, start with this, and everything that has to do with Galadriel's brother, start with the prologue, and it will make your life really more simple. And of course, I like the fact that I just didn't didn't explain. I mean, why the fuck? I mean, I understand searching for Sauron at the edge of the world with a crack team of fellow elves, whatever. But I mean, she said, and that's the thing. She said, "I've been looking for him for centuries." Wait right there. 1 century? I mean, it's plural, so 2 centuries, 4 centuries, 8 centuries. You see, it's a weird scale to convey her prowess and um, her endurance in this quest. It's very loosely told and awkwardly made and awkwardly said, and there's a lot of plot holes that we can go along from just that sentence. Just that sentence. And it's one of our hundreds. So, I mean, and she was willing in the winter and the cold mountains, and again reference to the Fellowship of the Ring when they crossed the northern mountains to get to Moria. Pure copy paste of the Fellowship all along. Like they copy pasted the dialogue, like they copy pasted so much. It surprises me because they don't have the rights for this shit. So how can they get? Anyway, okay. So she wants to find Sauron, but it drives me nuts because okay, where does Sauron live? Where is his lair? Where are his armies? Where does he rule from? Where does he relax after a little battle? You know, and 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 everybody would say, well, in Mordor, but Mordor doesn't exist yet. So you might ask, well, in the trailers, when we see uh, Sauron climbing stairs in a huge tower with his staff and hundreds of orcs around him, like where is that? It's not Mordor because Mordor doesn't exist yet. So where is that? And is that's Zalbran? So he can change shape? Nobody knew that Sauron could change shape, and it goes. It's a shitty arc, but it goes all the way to the end of of the first season because like I was watching the Critical Drinker, real good, real good, real good channel, really good. Of course, he has millions of subscribers. He's a really, but I just want to plug it in for Few people will see this. If you don't know, in the Critical Drinker and Hill versus Babyface and all those guys, check them out. The Neurotic, um, check them out. This Peru I like a lot. Um, Sorry if I forgot some. Yeah, so it was really, really strange because, um, like they said, the Rings of Power, it drives me fucking nuts that a team of writers can say, okay, we're gonna write 10 hours of a TV show called Rings of Power, but spend no time thinking about the Rings of Power. And you'll tell me, well, Virtuoso in the last, in the finale, they forged the three Elven Rings of Power. And Sauron is there. Sauron, Halbrand's reveal is Sauron, and he appears as Atanar, the Lord of Gifts, because he says, "Oh, it's a gift." Because he says the fucking, like, "Oh yeah, that forging is not working. Try to blend it with other alloys, or to make it easier on the final forging." Oh my god. It's like, it's Brimbor. It's like, he knows this. He doesn't need Sauron. Sauron wasn't there to do mechanical shit. He wasn't there to say, "Oh, maybe you would forge like this, or forge like that, or do this or do that." That wasn't the point. It is it's bringing Sauron to such a low level degree of stupidity and blandness and simplicity. It's like taking pages from Lord of the Rings and just doing this with them and throwing into the wind or fire, or and walking on them and tumbling over, and it's like not fucking knowing what you're doing. Sauron wasn't physically there to tell the the elvish the elven forgers, say, "Oh, you forge like this and forge like that," and it's like, it's the elven forgers. First thing they could, the first 3 seconds, they would have gone, "Wait, wait, wait, stop, 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 stop. Who the fuck are you, human, to tell us how to forge fucking metal, or fucking rings, or fucking whatever at all? Who the fuck are you?" Well, I'm all brand. Yeah. So, well, I don't know. I forge things too for the humans. And Canterbury would have said, "Get the fuck out of my forge, you fucking dimwit, you fucking idiot." I don't think, it's like, I've been alive for like 3 million years. You're gonna tell me how to run my fucking forge? Nah, I guess not. Get fucking lost. Sauron was. It's like the in. God, it's so easy. It's so simple. It's so in front of you that you want to punch yourself in the fucking face. It's like, it's subtle. Tolkien was subtle in his handling of Sauron, just as he was subtle with his handling of the Nazguls and everything with that hierarchy and those nasty evil plots that were there to throw the Middle Earth into chaos. He was subtle, because if he wasn't subtle, there were some fucking armies waiting for him. And there was, and if you say, I've read Lord of the Rings, I've read The Hobbit, I've read The Silmarillion, but I'm not an expert. I don't remember how. I mean, they made it. They shown us how Mount Doom began. It's like, dude, it's just a volcano. And when I saw Lord of the Rings, I said to myself, "Oh, Mount Doom, Mount Doom, Mount Doom." Yes, Mount Doom is a fucking big volcano powered by the forces of darkness. There you go. It's a bigger, bolder, um, more powerful, hotter, bigger volcano. It's an ultra volcano. It's the biggest volcano in Middle Earth, and that's it. Just as its tower, Barad-dûr. I just saw an image comparing it to modern real life monuments like the Eiffel Tower and the tower. It's like 3,000 feet high, and you don't go to and tell an origin story. They've already done it in the Lord of the Rings. I mean, it's like Barad-dûr was built. It's like, don't try to explain how it was built, and like, you're gonna say, explain to me how orcs built a 3,000 feet high tower for a dark wizard, a dark sorcerer of millennia old. It's just, that's the subtlety that this show lacks, because anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I was telling Gadriel, fuck me. Um, yeah, so Gadriel, if she took centuries to search for Sauron, you want to know what I would have done with it? Okay, let's go. She would have found him. She would have found him, and a war would have begun. Because what was her brother fighting for? Or when? Or why? Because Sauron was already there, was already active. So if Sauron's forces are already active for one battle against elves, I don't know who won that battle, they don't really tell us. But Sauron is active then, so he's active now. So even if you kill a few thousand of his orcs, he has more. Where is he? Why is he doing this? What the fuck's going on? There would be traces. There would be, there would be a fucking trail. It's like, it's like they like they fucking masturbate on fucking having maps and scholars and geography when they forget all about it, and that there are no king of the Southlands, and the simplest fucking shit. But when it comes to the greater characters, when it comes to the main plot and the main villains and the main heroes, they are fucking lost. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to tell. They don't know what to fucking um, construct. And it's a fucking shame. I mean, if Sauron is already there, even if it's 500 years ago, there would still be trails. It's like it is a world. There are scholars that are there just to paint maps. Where do they get their knowledge from? I mean, you have to investigate this shit when you're building a saga from these epic proportions. You can't be fucking time wasted, uh, lazy, because if it's one thing Rings of Power season 1 was, it was lazy. Lazy, lazy, lazy. I mean, each week, I mean, having Galadriel is that can't seem to understand anything else than the pure lust of her brother. But I'm sorry for your brother, but first I want to know a fucking easy question. Okay, I've been searching for him for centuries. How many centuries? 2, 5, 10, 15? I want to know because I understand the elves at our command, the team of elves, and some of them, and a couple of them are like, we've been at this for long enough. We haven't found shit. Fuck you. We're going back home because we're tired of this shit. And I would agree. If you place me as one of her companion to find Sauron at the excuse me, at the beginning, I would have said, yeah, Adriel, you have, excuse me, guys, you have, you have pulled us from our families, our home, our realm for centuries now to the pursuit of nothing. Of nothing. We accomplished nothing. We found nothing. There's nothing. And again, that brings me to my next idea. It's like if there was a key with a sword to open Mount Doom, let's just say she has found it. After, let's say, 4 centuries of research, she has found the weapon and she has found the key to Mount Doom. So maybe she wants to guard it with forces, some basic fucking shit strategy like this. It's like, fucking hell, what are you doing? It's like these writers are like, oh, elves can live for thousands of years, so she has searched for him hundreds of years. It's like, dude, I understand elves can live long, if not immortal, but put the number one job of a writer is putting yourself in your character's shoes. Would you do what she did? And the answer will always be no. If you say yes, you're fucking dumb. If you tell me, yes, I have not found Sauron in 400 years, but I have found his plans for forging items of power to corrupt Middle Earth, or I have found the key to his secret forge, or the key to his secret kingdom that he will establish there on the map, so we might defend it with large forces to prevent it from ever happening, because if it does, it's gonna go nuclear. Like things like that. Fuck. Nothing at all. All we have is climbing ice walls with daggers and in the snow and killing snow trolls, and what the fuck's the point? We don't care about any of that. We don't care. And Galadriel, who are her friends. Elrond is a shitty character. He has no personality, so don't call her friend. Where is Celeborn? She said he's dead. Bullshit, he's in Lord of the Rings. He's not dead. So what the fuck? Stupid idea. Erase it, start fresh. Where's Celeborn? Made us meet Celeborn. Why isn't Celeborn in this series? And you'll say, oh, well, Galadriel is too young yet. Perfect. Then don't say Celeborn is dead. It's like, we all know he's alive, so why say he's dead? You're confusing and lying to your audience. If you're paid as a writer to confuse and lie to your audience, well, you're a shitty writer and you have a shitty boss and you're not worth shit. Just my thought. I'm only on Galadriel. I could spend hours talking about how her character is. I won't say flawed. She has no flaws. Except at being fucking frustrating, fucking illogical, fucking, I would say, again, I'm trying my best. I'm trying my, believe me. I started this video, I was like, I will try my best to find some good fucking nuggets. There must be something good. There must be something to praise for this fucking show, and I cannot find it. I cannot. I'm trying, guys. Jesus Christ. Galadriel is the prime example. That's why I'm starting with her. It just go downhill from there. I mean, yeah, you want to see, make him not yet marry Celeborn, and just meet Celeborn, have a love story with Celeborn. What's wrong about love stories? We had none. We had no action, no competent action. We had no competent action, no love story, no character arcs, no interesting development, no interesting villains, no interesting heroes. So, again, why the fuck, if I don't get any of that, am I watching a Lord of the Rings show? It's like take the original trilogy and erase all of what I just said. Would you still watch it? The answer is no, because you wouldn't give a fuck. Because that's the strength of The Lord of the Rings. Great characters, great mythos, great lore, great action, great uh, races, great dialogue, great I mean, everything. It's like you erase it all from your mind, and you don't have Lord of the Rings anymore. You just have a random fantasy story because there are some monsters. Don't call it Lord of the Rings. And for the price you paid for calling it Lord of the Rings, maybe you should just have and to see how you managed to do the Rings of Power at the last minute. Forget Lord of the Rings and forget Rings of Power. Call it something else, like you did the Wheel of Time. I'm sure it was based on some books or whatever. Fuck, I don't give a shit. But I mean, just but no, you wanted the appeal. You wanted the name, the brand. You wanted the brand. That's all it is. Okay, so characters. As I said, what would I have done? Okay, you want to send Galadriel searching for Sauron after the death of his brother. Fair game, I understand that, makes sense. But after 100 years, it's like, okay, guys, let's go home. I was wrong. I don't know where we're going. I don't. It's like, yeah, if you want to spend 400 or 500 years, let's have fucking. Let's have some fucking trail of something. Let's have some discoveries that make them continue their quest. Because if you go 600, 700 years searching for someone, when century after century you get down at night and you say, well, we don't have a fucking clue. We don't have a clue. We're 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 going back and forth in circles around Middle Earth, and we don't have a clue because we never found anything about Sauron. That's what this show is telling me. Nothing in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. Why? Sauron is there because he's Halbrand, and Halbrand is Sauron. Therefore, he exists. If he exists, I'm sorry, story, but there would have been some traces of it. You cannot be an all-powerful dark sorcerer with fucking gigantic armies without a trace. See where I'm going? So, Galadriel, yes, begin. Episode 1. I've already said my piece about episode 1. I said the last episode of season 1 should have been the first. But let's rewind this. Galadriel, on her quest. Know what? She finds something in her quest. Oh my god, that is so smart. I'm kidding, I'm not smart. It's just. Of course, she finds something. She's looking. If a team of elves, of immortal elves, cannot find something in in centuries, well, then it doesn't exist. It's like they're the worst fucking detectives in the fucking planet. It's like like when she doesn't know I'm getting away. I'm getting before myself, but it's like when she doesn't know that the Southlands don't have a king for a millennia. a millennia, not 10 years, not 100 years, a millennia. And nobody could say, "Excuse me, ma'am, you're absolutely wrong." Fuck, how dumb are these people? They don't know their geography, they don't know their lore, they don't know their own realm, they don't know their own enemies, they don't know their allies, they don't know anything. So I'm scratching my head and saying, guys, what the fuck are you doing? So let's just. God, I'm sorry for rambling. Okay, so Gadriel, Season 1 arc. You know an arc, what characters have? Good characters have an arc. Make him first part of the Season 1. Hunting Sauron for the death of her brother. She finds clues. She finds the sword hilt. It's gonna activate Mount Doom. She finds that he has abandoned his citadel or place of power of armies or whatever. She finds that he has taken a human form. Oh, tension, this distrust, mistrust, excuse me. English is my second language. You know, tension, not not being fucking blind and fucking stupid to everyone you encounter. Yes, no, maybe. So yeah, she finds clues. That makes her journey 1,000 more times more interesting. 1,000 more times, at least. But just saying what we got is fucking dumb. If you go on a centuries old quest and find nothing and return home, everybody would look at you like, what the fuck? How fucking dumb are you? How fucking stupid? A dark lord of evil rampaged elven cities and elven people and human people, and you went search for him for centuries and you have nothing with the best elven warriors we could afford, with immortals, with people that don't need sleep. Because get that, elves don't need a lot of sleep, so they can get things done faster and easier and than humans. But no, where's all of this? Where's all of this knowledge and lore and whatever? It's like the writer said, whatever, whatever, whatever. I mean, can you imagine? Even if you say, okay, I'll get to live a few thousand years, but I've spent 400 years searching for my brother's killer, the Dark Lord of Middle Earth, and after chasing his trail for a few centuries, I have found absolutely nothing. Not a penny, not a scratch, not an orc, not a bastion, not a tower, not a castle, not a whatever. Nothing. Jack shit, nothing. I would face myself in the mirror and say, "Oh shit, I must be fucking dumb." I mean, he's out there. They know he's out there. They prove he's out there. He is the first one she encounters when she jumps out of the fucking ship to Valinor. Anyway, just I'm sorry, please help me. God in heaven. This fucking show. Okay, so Gadriel season 1. Start with searching for Sauron. Make her find clues, like we do in a quest. I'm always back to my good old Dungeons and Dragons shit. Maybe they should have, the writers of the show should have played some, made him smarter. But okay, she hunts Sauron, she finds clues, but she doesn't find Sauron. But she knows he's out there. She knows he has taken a different form. And now, when we watch the show, we said like same thing that they tried to do so awkwardly. Who's Sauron? Who's Sauron? Him. It's like oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. It's like it becomes really energetic and really more tangible because we know, because we know, because we have solid proof that he's out there, and it becomes interesting. But now, having the fucking Eminem liking Three Stooges, whatever the fuck, three priestesses who shave their legs very, very daily, not a hair on their legs, beautiful legs. And they say, "Oh, you're Sauron," but no, you're Sauron, but no, you're Sauron. But that I think, and the audience go that I thought he was Sauron. I thought, and maybe she was Sauron. Maybe he's a lady. Maybe we don't know. He just has taken a human form. So Gadriel, just portray her, directors, like in Lord of the Rings. I don't have anything against character arcs. I understand if you want a younger, brasher, more more straight to the point, Galadriel, a more just a more combative and arrogant and all these things. Galadriel, I understand that. But the problem is, you said, oh, she's a battle commander and she's this and this and this. And it's like, she was never a battle commander of the five armies of the northern whatever. She wasn't. But if you still, that's my biggest problem with the show. It's like your protagonist is shit. It's like, I love Galadriel, but she should not be the protagonist. Why not make Isildur the protagonist? Makes sense. Why not make, I mean, a Numenorian, like Isildur or whatever, a Numenorian? Why not? Why instead of studying? God. No, sorry guys. There's no study in this fucking show. Instead of wasting our time with Elrond. Like, yes, I swear he's the worst of the worst of the worst. At least Galadriel has some kind of a stupid, rash, nonsensical, but she has a kind of personality of me, always fucking in her. Always fucking arrogant and whatever. You know how she is. And Elrond is the pure political fucking queen. He has always a cape on his shoulder and always very non-threatening and oh blah 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 blah. And he's like, and he's. Have you seen Hugo Weaving in Lord of the Rings? Again, I don't. It's fine if you want to stand to build character arcs. It's fine to start to. I would have welcomed seeing these epic characters going through a journey, going through an arc, transforming themselves into what we know they are today. No problem about it. Fine, bring it on. But make it make sense. It's like Aaron is just first he doesn't look at all. At least Galadriel looks a little more like Kate Blanchett. Like a future 1,000-year-old Kate Blanchett could look like this. But Aaron, no, not at all. And he's so fucking diluted. He's diluted. It's like what is my purpose? What is my point? Oh well, I'm a politician. He's a straight up politician, blind, unsufferable, stupid, pointless politician. So he's always you see in the show. He's always have a cape on his sleeve, and is always like standing perfectly for a camera and oh yes, oh yes, blah 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 blah. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. It's like oh god, fucking hell. But okay, what's his arc in the first season? It's fucking Elrond, Elrond, not a fucking peasant from the. Anyway, so oh well, I have a good relationship with the Prince Durin of the dwarves, and yeah, okay. So he goes to Khazad-dûm with Celebrimbor, the master smith of the elves, and Celebrimbor stays outside and isn't allowed entry to Khazad-dûm. Fucking Brimbor can go into Khazad-dûm. What the fuck? And then you have this stupid test of endurance, like they have to break stones, and of course Aaron says, oh, he let Durin win, and blah blah blah, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing? It's like all this time we could have explore the lore of the dwarves. The all the dwarves are good for in this show is to have well, I have to give it to them. They have the dramatic scale. They have the dramatic um, demonstration that no other group has in this show because of the relationship between Durin and his father, King Durin and Prince Durin. They're the best fledged characters in this show. And they're the characters we see the least of. Explain. You won't. Okay. But and all this bullshit with Mithril is the worst kind of idea. I don't know. I just imagine like getting too much of this and taking my notebook and scribbling and I said, "Oh my God, Mithril is a magic ore that will save the elves." Oh my God, what an epiphany! What a oh my God, a dar I'm such a lord of writing, and oh my God, I'm so smart, and oh my God, am I getting $1 million to do this shit? Mithril saves the elves because what's in the mines? What's in the mines? A Balrog. Oh yeah, that's epic. People like that. Okay, so a Balrog fights an elf while in front of a tree that lightning strikes and it creates mithril on the ground, and you have to forge, you have to do you have to drill mithril from the earth, um, and yeah, so mithril equals saving elves because the elven kingdom became corrupted because why um, because give him my money, give him my money, give him my money. Put yourself into the shoes of your characters. King Durin discovers uh, its branches, but he has enough mithril to build an army made of with mithril armor and mithril staff and mithril hammers. From what we see in the show and how much mithril is there, it's like, okay, why does he fucking just say, "Thank you, son. That's good mithril. Oh, the elves, you want my mithril? Hey, go fuck yourselves. You're a bunch of fucking dickwads, and I don't care about you. So get the fuck out of my mountain while I dig my fucking mithril. Mine." It's like if you want to give an adverse personality to King Durin, do it. But do it for a reason. Do it for do it while standing his ground. Do it while being badass. It's like it's fine if you want to still recycle the phrase, "Oh, the dwarves dug too deep. The dwarves dug too deep because we saw the leaf in the show flying down and down and down and down into the Balrog. It's always the fucking Balrog. And they say, I'm sorry, sir, but you could. It's like a it's like a mile of mithril, of pure mithril, descending before Balrog. Maybe like. And if the Balrog's there, well, it's already too late. You can't dig anymore. They just pierced a little wall of stone, and there was a cave of outstanding proportions. It wasn't a little hole or secret, or it was huge. I mean, fucking huge. So it's not a secret. It's not a. It's like the Balrog can, at this point, he can hit you and blast in your face anytime. So again, another great arc for the dwarves. Fight the fucking Balrog, or just get out of there, or just having consequences for their actions. Because in all Lord of the Rings trilogy, what do we remember? Saruman saying, with reading the book, the dwarves dug too deep. They discovered shadow and fire. You have it all on a silver platter for you to use. And you've been teasing the Balrog in your fucking trailers. And after season 1, you've done nothing with it. Nothing. I mean, have you forgot that dwarves, elves, and Numenorians? Well, what am I kidding? Numenorians don't know how to fight because Galadriel's so good and better, and yeah, Numenorians are fucking morons. Yeah. So Aragorn is a moron. Yeah, right. But you have a. Dwarves can be good warriors too. They are their own race, they have their own pride, they have their own military strategies. So let them face the fucking Balrog. Let them fail. That's how you have purpose and weight and tension and cliffhangers. All the episodes, I can name you fucking 20 cliffhangers to go down your 8 episodes. But you don't use any of them because you're so dumb. What the fuck is your problem? It's so easy, it's such a rich universe. What the fuck are you waiting for? Anyway, I don't want to go more than an hour on this. So, Gadriel, fucking failure. The elves, a fucking failure. Sauron, a fucking failure. Celebrimbor, a fucking failure. The dwarves, a fucking failure. Oh yeah, the humans. And Arondir. I'm sorry, but if you still have brain matter for this, I don't know what to tell you. The humans. I mean, no, I'll just speak. I'll end with the Numenorians because the humans are fucking dumb, stupid, weak. Call them what you want. They're that. Call them the worst thing you want. They're that. They're fucking idiots. And Arondir is a fucking wannabe Legolas that is fucking doesn't have an arc, does nothing, doesn't matter, doesn't do any shit. And don't talk to me about that fight with the big orc. It's like, I don't give a fuck. It's like, if the only way you can show me a character's worth is in action or combat, well, that makes him or her a good warrior, but that doesn't make him or her a character. Show me Aragorn fight. I'd say, oh shit, it's badass. But show me Aragorn speak and move and think. Oh, like they did in the original trilogy. And I wait and I go, oh, there goes a fucking great character. Because he is fledged out. Because he has so many nuances, so many uh, uh, um, good qualities, so many psychological and physical qualities, and I mean, he's just epic. He just has the making of what he is, a great epic character that deserves to be in this realm, in this kingdom, in this universe. But when you think me about Arandir or Brohim, whatever the fuck her name is, and their son, because it's their son, we already know. And he's the one hiding the hilt, the Sauron's hilt, and a grandpa, an evil grandfather is left to open the door to Mount Doom. It's like, it is so dumb. I think even my fucking 7-year-old nephew could write it, and I'm not joking. So what the holy fuck? Go fuck yourselves. I'll finish with the Numenorians. Yeah, when I think the Numenorians were the thing I was most excited about in this series. Because why? Because the elves are cool. The elves are great. But I've already seen the elves in the original trilogy. The Rohirrim are cool. The Rohirrim are great. But I've already seen them in the original trilogy. I saw them at the peak of their glory. They're fantastic. And the same thing for the hobbits. The hobbits are cool, are great, but I've already seen them at their full potential, I think. So what's left? The Numenorians, the fucking epic city of the great leaders past of the past of the this bloodline, this Numenorian bloodline that is so strong and can rival any fucking race on Middle Earth, because because of what they are, because they're 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 smarter, they're quicker, they live longer, they are stronger, more they are more they are more it's like they are and they are what the humans were thousands of years ago. It's realizing the Numenorians are the humans at their full, crazy, fantastic potential. So, yeah, they can live longer, they can walk longer, they can endure longer, they can fight longer, they can, and they're all of that. it's not a cliche. It's a great system. It's a great way to present for us the peak of humanity with what we see with the statue going like this in the trailers and the island of Numenor and all these things, all these false promises. Because what do we have? First, I would say, yeah, better get some cables in here because we're gonna have some demonstration of highly skilled fighters. We don't see any of that. We only see children being beaten by Galadriel. Legendary king or queen that really translate into charisma and the old age of the king, even if they were bribed with the 9 rings. That's what I thought, and that's where I'll end my fucking rant or whatever you want to call this. What I wanted to know, what I wanted to see was in the beginning of the fellowship, in the prologue, we see the 9 ring-wraiths, the 9 kings of men that took the rings. And they were so epic in scope just by filming them for 3 seconds and learning about them a little more. I wanted to see how great the kings and queens of old Numenor fell, how they fell. And you don't have to make them fall in the first season, of course, but you have to see the potential. And for the greater they are high, the bigger the fall. But if they're already, like in the show, weak and useless and not different at all from any human you will cross in any village, then what's the point of being in Numenor? What's the point of that age, that descendants that's supposed to mean so much? And again, all of that squandered, abandoned, useless. So yeah, if you want me to write the basic history for season 1, I would say, hey, remember the 9 guys who accepted the rings? Pick one, make it the king. And at the end of season 1, he takes a ring. Oh my god. Because why are the elves the only ones with rings? Because they live longer? Because it will take longer for the deception of Sauron to take place? Like bullshit. Give them the fucking rings. But of course, Halbrand disappears at the end, which makes no sense, and I won't waste any more time in Galadriel's visions and whatever the fuck. This has gone long enough. So, yeah. This is my afterthought of season 1. What a fucking. I mean, you can rant for. There's no end to the rant you can do for this fucking show. So, anyway, thank you guys for watching. I've seen that. I mean, like I've said, if you watch me, great, but go watch The Critical Drinker. Go watch all the other great critics out there. who have greater platforms, greater production budget, and very smart thoughts. So thank you for watching. Take care of yourselves. See you next time.